Hello everyone, in today's video I'll show you how you can scrape HTTP requests using Puppeteer in Node.js. So let's get started. So right here I googled sunset on Google and then I went to images category, and as you see right here there is all the images displayed, but I want automatically to get every URL of the images, right? So as you see right here on the network tab, you can see that every single image is fetched as a request. So what I want to do is get all the requests, filter them by an image. So we want to filter all the requests. As you see right here, there is a type. So there is a type JPEG, but on code there is a type called image. So we want to get all the images, and then we want to get the request URL right here. So let me show you on code how you can do that. So if we go to Visual Studio Code, by the way, I'll have the code down in the description. I have entered the URL right here. Then I'm using Puppeteer Extra, but you can use Puppeteer, just Puppeteer, not Extra. And then I'm launching a headless mode. So if you see right here, let's not go here for now. Let's go here. So I'm trying to go to a page, and this page is the URL that I have entered right here. And then before I go to this page, I'm listening to some responses. So I'm saying page on response. So whenever we have a response, and it's an HTTP request but its response, then I want to run a function, and then I want to console.log. I want to log the response. But as you see right here, it has to happen asynchronously, otherwise it won't work. Or it won't work correctly. Sometimes it will fail because we are not sure how fast we will get the answer from the response. So we do it asynchronously. So I'm constantly looking for responses, and then I'll console.log them. So let's do that first. So I'll run this code, and as you see right here, there has been a lot of requests, but I have already coded some stuff that you can use later. So as you see right here, a first request, one of the requests can be HTTP response, as you see right here. It has some headers. So if you want to scrape a request, it works as JSON. So for example, if you want to get headers, you will do await response and then dot headers. And then you want server, you'll do dot server. That's how it works. That's how you can get every detail that you see right here. But what we want to do right now, that I already have done, is that you can console.log the type, the resource type, the response type. So how you find that is, if you go right here on a request, on a response, and then on the request, so it should be right about here, resource type. So as you see, we got a resource type of image. So now if we want to get all of those images, what we can do is we do an if statement. So if response.request.resource type equals to image, then get from the response the URL. So how that works is we get the response, and what the response returns is a URL. So if you scroll down right here, you will see right here URL. So this is the image URL that we can get the image from. So let's run the code. First of all, I'll run this so you can see what types of requests we can get. So you can get all of those types, like you will be shown right here. So you can get You can get a document, you can get an image, you can get a script, so JS, you can get fonts, you can get CSS, and you can get all of those kind of stuff. You can get JavaScript, you can get JSON, queries, and every HTTP request, really. So how you can filter the request? First of all, like I said, you can filter them by the resource type. You can filter them by the URL. So how you get the URL is you can do response.url. Then you can say if it includes this. So if it includes, for example, let's say the response URL is right here. So if it includes visual front-end UI, I want to get that URL. Okay, so you can filter them by anything. You can filter them by headers, you can filter them by anything that you want. So, but basically what you mostly need is either a resource type or the URL name, but you can filter them by anything again. So let's test this. Now I want to get all of those images URLs. So I'll run the code. Now as you see, I got all of those images URLs. By the way, you might see this big URL and that you might think that it's not even a URL, but that's base64. That's a encryption for images. So yeah, right here. So you can do anything. And also what I would like to show you is that some request that returns JSON. So if we do Control F and we search for JSON.json, okay, I have to reload. So let's see right here. I think we might have to search for that. So that will be log. Right here. As you see, this returns JSON. So if you want to get a JSON request or response, now let me show you something. If you open this in a new tab, as you see, that doesn't work. So if you want to use an API that doesn't let you use it, so it doesn't let other browsers but itself to request those data, what you can do is you can run a Puppeteer bot that can go here and then basically depending on the request URL, so you can do, let's say I want the URL to include log. I'll go back to my code and now I'll go to the third example, or second example actually. And I'll say if it includes log, then I want to get the response. Have to wait, and then to get JSON, what you have to do is .json, and that's it. So what I showed you right now is how you can scrape JSON requests without being the owner of the website, because what they do is they don't allow other domains except itself, right? So they don't allow other domains to scrape the website API except that domain. So as you see, we were able to scrape the data from that request without being on the same domain. So yeah, that's how it works. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you out. Let me know down in the comments what would you like to see next, or if you have any issues so I can help you out. Also, I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1000 subscribers so I can monetize my videos, then invest everything back into this channel. So yeah, see ya!